The Gurgan quietly spoke. This earthquake is but an omen. The tremors that pulled the crystals into the earth and brought forth monsters are nothing compared to the darkness which is to come. But hope is not yet lost. Four souls of... Man, I hate when that happens. 4 orphans have been raised by the priest Topapa in the remote village of Ur. A crystal has sunk into the earth due to the earthquake, and the 4 boys have come in an adventurous mood. They only intend to test their courage. Well, that was quite a professional intro. Couldn't really help much of that, but anyways, though. Oi, hello everybody, welcome to my next Let's Play, which is Final Fantasy III for the NES/Famicom, a game released in 1990, the last Final Fantasy game to be released on the 3rd gen console before they started moving to the SNES. Similarly with Final Fantasy II, this game did not get a US release immediately. And it didn't really get a US release until quite a while, actually, until its release for the DS. And even then, we didn't really get a pixelized remake for this game until, like, 2020, 2021. Future editor me helped me out there. Took me a little while to, like, actually manage to record. I've got stuff going on. I'm an adult now. And I'm still an adult, but you get the idea. So, Final Fantasy III, of the 3 NES games, is personally my favorite. It's quite adventurous. I do like the premise behind this game, and it's got quite a lot of depth to it. And the soundtrack is to die for. There are several versions you can play this game through. You can play this game from the original NES version, though there's no real official way to do this, unless you actually play the Japanese version, which not everybody has access to, unfortunately. There's also the DS version and the PlayStation Portable version, which are basically the same thing, only the DS has 2 screens, and a fun little movement style similar to that of Dragon Quest IX. And then there's the Pixel Remaster version. It kind of jumps from that one to that one. There's not a whole lot of remakes in this, but neither one is a bad representation of this game. Some of them do different stuff with it, and I would love to express those as they come. But without further ado, let us begin. Final Fantasy III. So let's obviously start a new game. I already have another save file on here from trying to record this, and mixing and messing up with the audio. This time I have a bit more of a setup audio cue thingy. Hopefully it's better. But anyways, though, similar with Final Fantasy II, these characters do also have official names. Starting off, we have Lunith. I'm going to name the characters the same way I did for the NES version. This pattern will stop come the SNES versions. I think. No, I probably still want to... there's a character limit. Okay, Snowben. There we go. This pattern might eventually stop. I don't know, actually. You can name characters. I feel like, I'm gonna take advantage of that and have a blast with it. I'm pretty sure that you can do that for many of the PlayStation titles as well. That might stop come Final Fantasy X, though, when voice acting becomes a thing. But we'll get to those when we get to them. That's like 7 games away, and with the rate that I post, it won't be for a little while. Anyways, though, First character's name is Luneth. This character's name is Ark. He is Luneth's best friend. But in this, we will name him, just Lise. There we go. And third is Refia, the female of the group. You know what, you're the third member. Let's get creative here. Okay, and finally the fourth member, who is Ingus. This is a funny name, so I do not remember what I named all of the characters. So I'm just gonna name this character Ingus. It's very similar to one of the names in Final Fantasy 15, Igneous. But anyways. Ouch! We've fallen into a pit! Shucks! Are we gonna be alright in a place like this? Hey, it was your idea to come here. We don't really get any, indication as to who's speaking here, but whatever. Hey, if you've got time to fight, you've got time to look for a way out. Roasted. Not really, but, you know, whatever. And here's our first battle. Unlike with Final Fantasy II, this is not a losing fight. In fact, this is a fight you're supposed to win, and it's very difficult for you to actually fail this one. The goblins in this game are extremely weak. They only have 5 hit points, and let me give a decent amount of experience points. But similarly with most of the enemies in this game, their only actions are to basically attack and maybe sometimes run. I don't know. They don't have any elemental weaknesses. Not that we have any way to exploit those, though. These enemies are slightly stronger in the remake with a bit more HP. And Mochi, what are you doing? What are you doing with my dye bag? Anyways, though, this encounter is a bit inconsistent with the number of goblins. It can be anywhere from 1 to 4, I believe. And here's our rewards. If there are 4, though, that's enough experience points to automatically get a level up. So you basically start the game at level 2. So that's an interesting little tid fact. Well, what were those? Oh man, what are we gonna do now? Well, what we're going to do now is to walk around, because now we get to move around. First off, our controls, obviously, we can move around with the D-pad. Occasionally, enemies will show up and whatnot. Our actions in battle are simply fight, defend, run, and use an item. And also, if you press right twice, you get the option to basically change the row that your character is in. Hi, Mochi. You're gonna hit the mute button on that thing if you keep sniffing it like that. I'm gonna keep that in there. That's funny commentary. That's basically messing with formation. I don't think. Okay, yeah. Pressing left will put you back to the front if you're already in the back. More importantly, though, I didn't mention this in the first battle, but this game has auto-targeting, where if you kill one enemy and your allies are targeting that same enemy after they're killed, you'll just auto-target to a different enemy. I don't know why it took them 3 games to figure that out. Well, 2 games where they screw it up, but that's finally fixed in this game. Anyways, though, that's that enemy. That group of enemies, at least. And we get a number of stuff. We all know what the gil is. The gills, like, our money. and experience is how you level up. We get a leather shield there, and there's also capacity. You can open up the menu, and you'll see that we have 3 of those, marked with a C, of course. We can't really do anything with that yet, but, you know, it's fun. It's fun stuff. You'll figure it out here really shortly. Anyways, though, we do have a shield, a leather shield here that we can equip. Really interesting stuff. Anyways, though, back to the controls. Pressing start brings you onto your menu. A and B doesn't really do anything out here, but what's the matter? That rock's a bit odd, now that you mention it. Well, you press A on that, and then boom. Interactive dungeons are now a thing here. Apart from just searching chests, now you can press on certain parts that open up walls. And sometimes they don't go that far. They just allow you to walk through walls occasionally, which is pretty neat. The wall will come back up, so you want to press on this rock again to have it, whatever. I forgot to put Snowbin at the front. I don't know, I'm going to skip these battles, though. There's no real reason to you know. Okay, so after that battle, as you can see, the wall came back up. We can interact with the row outside of battle, where you can do that. You can look at your character status to see their stats, as well as how much experience they have and how much experience they need to reach the next level, as well as a skill level, which isn't exactly something we can handle with at the moment. I don't know a whole lot about the workings of the skill level, because, I think there's a few things that it inhibits, but I'll get into that when I get into it. We can't really do anything with magic items, or how you use your items. You can't do anything with job at the moment. As you can see, it makes that noise. So let's just continue going forward. Also, you can hit select to change which character is moving on the field. Anyways, though, there's a chest over here that gives you an Antarctic wind in the remakes and a south wind in this game. This is an attack item that's really useful, and okay, so and there's 2 more enemies. Okay, so these guys are also not very dangerous. The carbuncle, which is the fun little brain thingy, it looks kind of gross if you think too hard about it. And then the Eye Fang, which has 8 hit points. The carbuncle has 7. So again, we should be able to just one-shot all these things. Yeah, as so. It may take 2 hits if we're not lucky, like there. Just left the thing with only 1 hit point. But that's fine, we still... Yep, there we go. They're not too powerful either, but their rewards are the same as the goblins. Well, except on the guild department, they gave a little bit more money. Anyways, though, speaking of rewards, everybody gets a level up. And we find another potion. Those restore, I believe, 100 HP or 50 in this version. They restore 50 in the remakes. Here we get yet another potion. Now, this is a level grinding spot. We can basically continue grinding for experience points. Why? Because there's a spring over here, and we can just try drinking from it, completely ignoring all its survival instincts. They show a bit more more disdain for it in the Pixel remaster. But yeah. HP and MP restored. Cool. Now, circling back over to the topic... Well, thank you, actually. This makes it easier. To the topic of attack items. These were featured in Final Fantasy II in the form of the tomes. However, the main use for those was teaching spells to your characters. But if you equip them as items to your allies, you can have those characters use that against the opponents as like a level 8 spell of that sort, which is how speedrunners usually play this game. They use like an insta-kill spell tome. They buy a bunch of insta-kill spell tomes onto their persons, and then they just use them over and over again. Anyways, that was a bit of silence right there. I was trying to crack my neck, but I didn't want to stop. I gotta keep on moving. Anyways, we got some flaming waffles from the good old Super Mario Bros. 3, which came out like a year or two prior to this game. Again, future editor me, help me out here. Anyways, flaming waffle time! What is this? Something evil attacked. Flaming waffles are evil confirmed! Anyways, the flaming waffles have transformed into the land turtle. Our first boss, not even like 20 minutes into playing this. Are we 20 minutes? Around so. I guess that's my recording point. That didn't really, I guess. Anyways, though, not much to do here aside from just wailing on it. Although we do have one of these Antarctic winds, might as well just use it here. Okay, and then just, you know, we have 2 of them, but, you know, this boss isn't too difficult. As I've been doing, I'm not going to, reveal the HP or the stats of this boss until after I kill it, you know, to keep the thing mysterious as a boss. But there is a reason why we're dealing with a boss basically immediately out of the hole. It's not too hard to beat this thing. Again, you can level grind using the spring and then just fighting a bunch of monsters over and over again. Which makes this fight easier, but this fight is not a very difficult one. All this thing really does is just attack over and over again, and it deals some pretty nasty damage, but you're not in any real danger as long as you're level 3. And there we go. Land Turtle is dead. And thus, our first boss is over, and we get 500 gil, 31 spiritual capacity. That's what it's referred to in the in one of the remakes. I believe just the DS remake / PSP remake. We get 33 experience points. No level up for that. That's fine. We just leveled up anyways. But we got ourselves a fun little crystal here. Also, as I promised, I'm going to tell you guys that the land turtle has 120 hit points. Quite the spectacle of experience. The crystal began to sparkle. You have been chosen. Hey, the crystal talked. Isn't that nice? Take the last of the light, last of the hope, remaining in me. At this rate, this light will soon vanish as well. The balance of everything is crumbling. When you take the light, you will be able to receive great strength from the crystals. You are the ones chosen to keep the hope. You must not let this world disappear. Light surrounded the 4. Not Light Yagami! Oh no! Whoa. And we have one of the coolest looking sprites of a crystal I've ever seen in an NES game. But yeah, circa 1990 from Squaresoft. Amazing game. Fan translation not for sale. Yeah. 4 stout-hearted warriors shall trudge forward and sweep away the darkness that once again the crystal will shine with the light of hope. Foreshadowing to like 2010? When did Final Fantasy 13 come out? You can go outside through that magic circle. Your quest begins here, Light Warriors. And that is exactly right. Again, beautiful sprite work for that crystal. But yeah, let's go outside and then we'll end the episode off here. Next episode, we'll actually go back in there. But first, I want to go into the town. So, hope you liked this episode. I will continue with this walkthrough, and peace.